What up, people? It's your boy, the Commissioner, the Dollhair here. Wednesday night, October 25th. Gonna recap week 7, talk about week 8 a little bit, and see what's good with the league. If you hear some little background talking, I'm actually doing a online continuing education right now. Just got that shit playing in the background. Hopefully, don't miss too many polling questions like we did back in college. So hopefully I can get my fucking credit for this bullshit. And hopefully my fucking computer doesn't freeze. The fucking thing just stops working every 20 minutes or so. So hopefully having this fucking online thing going and watching fantasy, reading the thing, doesn't fuck it up. But anyway, week 7, shout out to your boy, winning the week 228. And actually in the process, handing Kinger yet another Essence Award. I believe he's had it already this year. He put up respectable numbers finally, but he was the unfortunate recipient of playing me. I beat him by 56, 228 to 172. So we'll just get started with that matchup right there. My squad led by Dak Prescott in 38. They just smoked the freaking 49ers. 40 to 10. He had, I think, 3 touchdowns throwing, and also ran for 1. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Wayne, for drafting Andy Dalton before him, as we discussed on the phone today. I put up 228 with Carson Palmer gave me 2 points before leaving, breaking his arm. Poor bastard. I said it this year. This old fuck was not going to make it through the season the way that O-line was playing, and unfortunately that came true in week 7, and he's now done. Solid contributions from Tyreek going off for 30, and then I had 4 motherfuckers at 24 points. Teddy Ginn with 24, Dougie B with 24, Julio with 24, Mark Ingram with 24. That's what I'm talking about. Finally, Julio scored a touchdown. Hopefully, they'll try and feed this motherfucker, going forward, because their offense is balls and they need some improvement. Got 12 out of Brait, 17 from Greg DeLeg, who I'm not dropping even though he's on the bye this week. I'm going to roll with him through the bye. King, 172 points. 74 of which coming from Jameis's 33 and Carson Wentz 41. Running backs, 0 from Marshawn, 4 from AP. Meanwhile, Latavius finally went off on your bench with 21 and Aaron Jones with 29. You would have gave me a push, you would have gave me a run there. I'd have beat you by about like 8 or 10 if you for some reason had those 2 win over AP and Marshawn. Dez had a good game, 19. Aguilar scored another touchdown, 14. Kicker indeed did good. But getting the 0 and the 4 there. 4 from T.Y., 3 from Devontae, who I'm not even going to talk about how bad Packers offense looked passing the ball. 172 is a good number there, considering those, 4 guys that just fucking derailed your squad. So anyway, I improved to 5-2. Finally passed Johnny for 2nd place in the division. King unfortunately falls to 1-6. Next matchup we'll look at here. We'll look at the fucking shit here with Bob going to 7-0, playing Johnny, who. Like I said, I'm glad I passed Johnny, but god damn it, man, you couldn't beat Bob. Bob put up fucking 121 and still gets a win. 23 from Breeze, and that's about it. 15 from Kareem Hunt, solid contribution, but far cry from his first, 3 weeks, 53, 29, 33. Still good production though. Deshaun with 12, Kelsey with 13, Ajayi with 10, and defense with 15. But man, 1 from Tevin Coleman, 1 from Tavarius King, 1 from Tymont, 3 from your kicker. That being said, you did pull out the victory, Bob. Congrats. Hopefully I take you down this week. I don't know. For some reason I got this weird feeling after, you know, how good my team did last week and how shitty yours did. I just got a feeling that for some reason you're going to pull it out on me. Johnny, bro, what the fuck is up, man? 104? Jesus Christ. Brady only 21, Cam 9, Melvin Gordon 4, Alshon 5, Decker didn't have a catch, he had 0, Cobb 3, Mike Wallace 1, Gronk only 8, Gillespie only 3. That dude, you gotta get him out your lineup, man. He's last 5 weeks, 3-4, 5-4, 3. Call me up if you want Deion Lewis. I'll give him to you for somebody. Not that you have many valuable pieces on your team at the moment, but maybe we can work something out. But damn, Johnny, your team's sucking. These are the type of numbers that I'm used to Johnson team putting up. Sorry to say that. Besides the past, you know, last year and then the first 5 weeks of this year. But man, I hope your boys come around. I don't like having to talk so bad about you getting the fucking cocksucker, man. 104. Jesus, Johnny. Close matchup here. Log pulls it out over Magic Mike to improve to 2-5. Magic Mike falls to 1-6. Log beat him 159 to 152. Led by Russell Wilson, 34 points against the Giants. Didn't really watch any of that game. It seemed kind of boring. But got WB 24 points. I think found him for a touchdown, so that was cool. 29 from Shady. He's first real blow up game. Finally scored some touchdowns. That's why. He was putting up good numbers before, just not scoring. 12 from Sanu, who Matt Ryan loves throwing to more than Julio for some reason. 11 from ASJ. 16 from Chris Thompson. He just continues to put up numbers every week. Number 7 running back. But disappointment, man. CJ Anderson 6, Simeon 7. Seems like it was ages ago you were talking about he was a number 3 QB in fantasy, leading the league in touchdowns. Boy, oh boy, what's happened since those days. Jordy only 2, Demarius 2, Thielen kind of disappointing with 9, considering Diggs was out again. Cole Beasley with 3. But it all adds up to 159, enough to get you the dub. 23 out the Rams. I don't know if I mentioned that, shutting out the Cardinals after Palmer goes down. Magic Mike, man, 152 and 47 of that was from Zeke, who just looked amazing. Hopefully he gets suspended. So I got some, not just you know, holding on to fucking. Not just holding on to Alfred and D-Mac for no reason. 18 from Matty Ice and 20 from Roth. Those are solid numbers, not great from your quarterbacks. Crazy to see. They're the 19th and 22nd quarterbacks so far this year. They have both been highly, highly disappointing. Man, Evan Ingram was your 3rd highest scorer with 18. He was doing great. But Crabtree only 11. He did score that touchdown to win the game. That was a fucking ridiculous ending to that game there. What the hell? Benjamin and that, but not really much to write home about. 152 getting a loss season, kind of hanging in the balance. Might be a lost year for the newcomer. You know, sitting at 1-6, not really sure where you're going to go from there. Let's see. We'll look at Kelvin versus George here. Kelvin improving to 3-4. In the playoffs currently, beating George 173 to 155. George just disappointing year, brother, from you, man. What is going on? All these wide receivers you drafted. Mike Evans, 21. Pryor, 3. Keenan, 7. Jermaine Kearse, 9. Mike Thomas, 15. All right. But, man, 155, 31 out of Kirk. Brissett only had 11. Obviously, you know, you were missing Deshaun Watson this week, who coming into it was the #1 player in fucking fantasy. How ridiculous is that? After week 6, Deshaun Watson was the #1 scorer. Unbelievable. So obviously that was a big loss for you. Having to play Brissett against the Jags, which is about as bad of a fucking matchup as you could get. They sacked that poor bastard 10 times. But Kirk had 31, Jimmy Graham 14. But yeah, not 155, man. A lot of fucking mediocrity in this league going on. I mean, I guess I was reading that there's the least amount of, you know, 500-yard receivers at this point in time in the year since they've been in like 20 years. Passing stats are as low as they've been in 10 years. You know, so I guess that correlates strongly to why our league point totals are drastically down. Calvin, no, man. Finally getting that production out your QBs, brother. 39 from Derek Carr, as I mentioned in that crazy fucking game against the Chiefs last Thursday. So that was good to see. Just locked on to Cooper and said, let's do this. Rivers with 20, shutting out the Broncos 21-0. Who would have thought? Jarvis had 22. He scored for the 3rd straight game in a row, which is something he's not used to doing. Your brother, Elvin, putting up 15. This dude is a reliable freaking asset. Number 17 running back. He's put up 12, 25, 11, and 15 the last 4 games. Shit, I fucking drafted him for you, man. Swing him my way. I said, let's give Kelvin his brother, Elvin. And it's turning out pretty good for you. Because he's certainly better than people on your bench. Beef Stew, Rob Kelly, Pro-Sice, Gio Bernard. Freaking, he's better than Marty Bennett, that's for sure. I know in a different position, but just some of these guys in your lineup are questionable. That Bennett pick, man, sadly, not good. Jesus Christ, he hasn't even hit double digits. But I'll give you props on the Marquise Godwin play. 12, he had 4 for 80. That's good production there. McCaffrey, 11. If anybody saw his one-handed fucking catch, that's pretty sweet. Devontae Freeman had 11. He's been down the last 3 weeks as their offense been sucking. AJ surprisingly held to only 7 points versus Pittsburgh. His worst showing of the year so far after having 37, 17, and 30 the 3 weeks prior to that. But all in all, good. You know, Chris Hogan, he had 11. He's still the number 11 receiver, so good showing from Calvin. 173. It seems like this year, the way that things are going, 173, that's a number that's should get you some wins. So no fluky shit like Bob there. Good shit, brother. 3 and 4 in the playoffs as we speak. We'll save the most closest butt puckering matchup here for last. The battle of the 2 brown guys. And the Brohan came out victorious by 4 points over Sarwang. 196 to 192. And that matchup was coming right down to the end. You know, that Philly-Washington game where each had guys going. Jordan Reed was going bonkers. But Ertz was doing great too. And ultimately Zoe held him off, led by 39. From Alex Smith, number 2 QB still, and just continues his unbelievable season. Le'Veon, 25. They're fucking feeding this dude, yo. 35 carries and 3 catches, 38 touches for this mofo. Unbelievable usage out of him, trying to mask, I guess, Roethlisberger's decline. Then, you know, Martavius was a dud and Amendola was a dud. 1 and 4 from them, respectively. 6 from Jordan Howard. 8 from Mariota. To put up 196 with those type of numbers in your lineup, you know, that's a good feat right there, putting up 196 with those 4 stinkers. getting nearly 40 points out of your kicker, and your defense will obviously help. 27 from the Jags, and 12 from Jake Elliott, 12 from your flex, Tyler Kroft, 12 from Dookie J, 16 from Cooks, 15 from Cooper Kupp. Good showing all around there from the Brohan squad. And I think team is looking good, bro. Obviously 6-1 for a reason. I mean, Bob is obviously 7-0. We know a little bit fluky on the downswing, but I'm thinking right now, I'm thinking you, Wang, and me got the top 3 teams going forward here. Hopefully I didn't just improve Wang's team too much by trading them Bucky Allen and Marlon Mack for Josh McCoon. I never thought I'd be trading 2 guys for Josh McCoon unless they were Trent Richardson in the CFL and Jared Lorenzen, you know. But such is life when you lose in a 2-quarterback league. You draft 3 and 2 of them are fucking hurt. Goddamn Palmer and Bradford. You know, so Wang gets a little bit of depth there because McCoon, you know, both his QBs already had to bye. McCoon wasn't really going to see the lineup, so I think we could make it into a win-win for both of us. That's how trade should work. Disappointing for Wang that 50 burger from Amari Cooper, 11 catches for 210 yards and 2 touchdowns, 50 burger, and you lose, man. Damn. That's what happens when you keep scrubs like Frank Gore and Jameson Crowder in your lineup, getting you 3 and 4 points. Which now, you know, probably replace them with those cats I gave you. But Tyrell disappointed with 2, Wendell Small with 5. Gurley keeps beasting with 28. Jordan Reed finally came to life with 26, 8 for 60 and 2 touches in their you know, attempt to come back there. It's good for you to stay. He's got some life. Your quarterbacks 13 and 21. They didn't win. Well, you lost the matchup. I was gonna say they didn't win you the matchup on no shit because you lost, but they didn't really lose it for you either. They're just solid, unspectacular options it seems this year. Tyrod is 26 and Dalton is 25. You know, you're going to need Cooper to maintain a high level of production, I think, to get over the hump and be championship contender here, because you got the stud running back in Gurley, you got the stud receiver, and also DeAndre, who was on a bye this week. So you got the 2 studs there and the 1 stud running back, but you just need that fourth solid foundation piece, I think, to keep you in contention. You know, season long, which you are. You're 5-2, having a good year. Just ran into the Brohan this year, and he just gave you a little quick jackrabbit. You know, I gave King the full essence 12-inch, so just gave you the little purple jackrabbit pecker, beating you by 4 points, 1 for every inch of his penis. So, standing snapshot here after 7 weeks. Let's see here. In the white boy division, Bob still at the top, undefeated, 7-0, trying to change that this week. Me in second at 5-2. Johnson at 4-3. Log 2 games behind him at 2-5, but he's saying he's about to rattle some off here, make a playoff push, and then King sitting in last at 1-6. Other division, we got Zoe at 6-1, Wang at 5-2, Kelvin at 3-4, and then the 2 New Jersey Stoners at 1-6. This here, the point standings, as mentioned, I'm at 1301. Then next is the Brohan at 1251. So 50-point difference right now between us. And then after him is Wang 1232, and then Bob at 1212. So Bob drops to 4th points after his 120-point little pussy showing. Oh shit! Almost missed this question here. I just want to sync that. So I just named the top 4. King right now has 1,058 points for the season. Bob has faced cumulatively worse than King's team. He's only played against 989 points, which to contrast to Logan has played against 1,329 points, 400 point difference in opponents there that say Bob versus Log has played. Magic Mike's also gotten the short shaft. I don't know how that saying goes, but in actuality, Logan, Kelvin right now has faced the most points, 1,340. So Kelvin's been getting dicked the hardest in opponent-wise. Yeah, so there's our standing snapshot. Gonna be interesting to see if Log can make up those 2 games and see if the two Jersey Stoners can catch up to Kelvin. You know, to make these playoff pushes a little bit more interesting. Week 8 coming up here. This is gonna be a doozy. Boatload of fucking teams on buys. People just ravaged by injury. I'm expecting some low scoring affairs in this one here. We'll start with me versus Bob. Like I said, I'm trying to knock Bob off. My matchups are pretty shitty this week. A lot of red going down that column. Pretty much I'm hoping for Dak against Washington to go off. Ingram versus the Bears. They're pretty solid front, actually. McKinnon versus Cleveland, I'm hoping. Julio versus the Jets. But that's about it for matchup-wise. Maybe Joe Mixon versus Indy, but now Marvin Lewis wasn't taking too kindly to him saying, why did I not get a carry in the second half of the fucking game? I had 6 carries for 48 yards in the first half, or some shit like that. What was it? It was 7 for 48 and 2 catches. And then in the second half, we let the Red Rocket fucking throw picks and lose us the game. How am I not getting a carry? So hopefully Marvin doesn't try and put him in the fucking doghouse, because I'm going to need him now that I just traded away 2 running backs. But I'm all in on the Vikings. Got their D, got their kicker against Cleveland. So I'm hoping that's what pulls me to the top. Bob, Breeze versus Chicago. Hopefully he hits up a lot of Teddy Ginn after his 24-point week last week. Kareem Hunt versus Denver's tough. Tevin Coleman versus the Jets, but I mean the Atlanta offense is bad, and Coleman hasn't. He was all right there for 4 weeks in a row, then 1 point last week. Receivers, hopefully Will Fuller can't sneak through for 2 fucking bombs against Seattle. But Kelsey should have a good game versus Denver. Bob's on the hunt for a quarterback to play with Eli on a bye here, and also needs a defense still. They got me projected to win. Next we'll look here at 6-1 versus 1-6. That would be Brohan versus Mike. And Brohan, you got to find another quarterback potentially, unless you think you could beat Mike without one. Mike gets 2 pretty good matchups here though with his QBs. Jameis versus Carolina, Wentz versus Frisco. So he's going to be having to do some of his damage there. T.Y. versus Cincy, maybe. Dez versus Washington, but I think Norman might play, they're saying. Rudolph versus Cleveland, maybe he'll do something. Aguilar versus Frisco. The way he's been playing, fucking dude scored the last 3 games. He's scored in 5 out of 7 weeks, so gotta keep throwing him out there and expecting him to score. Bro gets Alex Smith versus Denver. That's obviously tough. Le'Veon versus Detroit. He should be fine if he's getting 35 fucking carries. Jordan Howard versus New Orleans. Decent matchup. New Orleans D's been playing better. Zoe's actually playing him for his defense. You got Martavius in the lineup right now, but I think they just announced that he's going to be inactive due to his little fucking hissy fits and being a dumbass. Ertz will do his thing as always. You got Amendola questionable, Devontae Parker questionable. Parker got tough matchup versus Baltimore Thursday night. See what he could do. Cooks versus the Chargers. He could probably He might be able to get loose for one, but they're pretty decent secondary. Gonna be interesting to see what Zoe decides to do with the quarterbacks here. You know, last time I betted against King, I think he went and took the week 2 weeks ago. So we'll see. Even with he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 dudes on buys, and he could have a shot. Let's see. Next we got Log versus George. 2-5 Log versus 1-6 George. They're projecting Log to win here without a defense, and George without a flex player. Russell Wilson versus Houston. Collectively a solid unit, no great individual corner. He should be alright. Stafford versus Pitt. They got solid D. Shady should be fine versus Oakland. Interesting to see with C.J. Anderson and DT if their offense can get on track. Marvin Jones versus Pitt. Like I said, you know, they got pretty solid D, but with Golden Tate down, even though I guess he did practice today, Marvin Jones got fed before the bye, 6 for 96 and a touch. So if Tate is out, Jones should be good. Safarian Jenkins, he'll probably score a touchdown again because why not? He's like, I don't even know. This dude's got like LG Crumpler yards per catch, but just scores every week. Chris Thompson versus Dallas should be good. Thielen versus Cleveland should be good as well. George, you get Kirk versus Dallas, should be alright. Running backs are iffy, man. Bilal and Doug Martin. Number 22 and 48 running backs on the year. Obviously, Dougie was suspended. Evans versus Carolina, he'll be fine. Pryor, don't know what his deal is. Keenan Allen versus New England, he should have a good game if that's a shootout there. Mike Thomas should be good versus Chicago. And then whoever Deshaun Watson's playing, I don't know. George hasn't changed his lineup yet, but I ain't been against him. I'd bet on him to have 20 plus points if I had to. This is gonna be an interesting matchup here, though. I think this might be a tight one for these two guys. Next we got 5-2 versus 4-3. Wang versus Johnny. We got a lot of, besides me and Bob, looks like we got all interdivisional games this week, playing for the one time for the season. Johnny without his studs, Eric Decker and Randall Cobb. 69 and 44 receivers. We'll see who he subs in for them. Maybe our Darius Stewart. Johnny, if you're alive, man, make some pickups, dude. I know the lady friend, you know, good looking and all, going to town. Got that fireplace going at night, having sex by it all night. But make some pickup, man. Improve your squad. Trade Deion Lewis from me and improve this roster, man. Come on, you're the reigning fucking champ, dude. Make some improvements to your team, bro. Don't just settle with this mediocrity like you used to have. You know, Brady and Gronk versus the Chargers should be all right. Cam versus Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's D has not been good lately. Cam was not good last week, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Which one can rebound. Carlos Hyde versus Philly. They got that stout front. That might be tough for him. Elshon versus Frisco on the flip side. Good matchup, but Elshon, man, not doing much this year. Number 31 receiver. 3 games out of 7. Over 11 points. A lot of duds in there. Hard to be inspired by his play so far. Mike Wallace, I think he might have a concussion. They're playing Miami. Team's looking a little rough, in my opinion. Then Wang's got some good matchups here. Dalton versus Indy, Tyrod versus Oakland, Smallwood versus San Fran, Antonio versus Detroit. Nobody stops Antonio Brown. Hopkins gets a tough draw here with Seattle, but he's just been killing it. Funchess, if he's healthy, he's got something going on, a hammy or something, yeah, against Tampa Bay, but he should be all right if he plays. Jordan Reed versus Dallas. I think Sean Lee came back last week, which puts a little bit of a hamper on Jordan Reed. And then let's see what else. We got Buck Allen in there. I had boy Wang against the Dolphins, projecting him for 11. Dolphins give up a lot of catches to running backs, which is Buck's, calling card. Sorry, Johnny, but I think Wang's going to take this one. But it should be an exciting week. Kind of, it might be good. I get to watch a lot of games. Maybe try and watch some other fancy guys, instead of changing to my team. The Packers are off this week. Alabama's off this week. So I got an open slate, basically. So maybe I'll check out some of these other guys I haven't watched too much of, as opposed to just focusing on my guys. So, but it should be good as always, any Sunday from September to January is the best day of the week. But until next week, boys, can't even say go Pack go. They're on a bye. Not looking too good, potentially, for the rest of the year. I think Huntley will be a little bit better than he was. Can't really be much worse. But man, shit. It's going to be an interesting ride down the stretch here, seeing if more of these devastating injuries pile up for everybody. Because, yeah, looking at the point totals, we're way below where we normally are, and it's got to be contributed to all these injuries. So hopefully we can all make it through week 8 healthy and have an exciting playoff run in a few weeks here. About 5 more weeks of regular season. Unfortunately, it's flying quick. But all right, boys, I'm out.